What's up, everyone? It is your boy Niners Sickness with another episode. Today, I will be letting you know my top 10 coaches going into 2024. Let me know in the comments below if you agree or disagree with me on my choices. Are there particular coaches that you might remove and replace with coaches that I did not mention? Please leave that in the comments. So, my top 10 coaches coming up right after this. All right, welcome back. Are you ready? Are you ready? Make sure to wipe your feet before entering and smash that like button. If you haven't subscribed already, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and hit that notification bell so that you will be notified each and every time I upload a video or go live. With no further ado, let's get talking coaches. And what coaches did I put at 10? 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and number 1, right? Let's get this party started. All right. Well, as you see, my number 10 head coach is Mr. Sean McDermott, the coach of the Buffalo Bills. Games coached, 114. Games won, 73. Games lost, 41. Playoff games, 11. Playoff wins, 5. Playoff losses, 6. Filling the last spot in the top 10 was tough, as numerous coaches were worthy of consideration. Were it not for the late season turnaround last season, there's a good chance that I wouldn't have gone with McDermott here. The Bills ranked third in the NFL with 0.104 EPA per play on offense in 2023. Despite a coordinator change mid-season, they actually dropped back a little when Joe Brady took over as the interim coordinator, but still ranked 6th from week 11 through the end of the season. This upcoming season is a big prove-it year for McDermott, and he likely cannot afford for the Bills to start slow again like they did in 2023. All right, let's go to number 9. My number 9 guy is Kevin Stefanski. If I mispronounce the last name, I apologize. The head coach of the Cleveland Browns. Games coached, 67. Games won, 37. Games lost, 30. Playoff games, 3. Playoff wins, 1. Playoff loss, 2. The NFL top coach of the year, Stefanski, proved his worth as a head coach by making the playoffs with the Browns team that was really lacking the quarterback position in 2023. They had 4 quarterback attempts, 100 or more passes, and Joe Flacco was the best of the bunch with a 70.6 PFF passing grade. With the talent the Browns have on this roster, their success in 2024 will likely be determined by how Stefanski manages the quarterback position. Once again, Deshaun Watson hasn't lived up to the price tag the Browns paid for him when they traded three first-round picks and gave him fully guaranteed contract. And if things don't improve early in 2024, they may need to consider a switch. Maybe Jameis Winston or Taylor Huntley, who was brought in for depth this season. If you guys agree with my two top so far, let me know in the comments. If you guys don't agree, let me know in the comments whether you agree or not. Let's go with coach number 8. We got DeMeco Ryans, first-time head coach of the Houston Texans. Games coached 17, games won 10, games lost 7, playoff games 2, 1 win and 1 loss. Like Campbell in Detroit, Ryan has led a significant turn of misfortunes as the Texans head coach after bringing fellow former Niners coach Bobby Slowick to Houston as their offensive coordinator. The Texans were able to turn a team expected to be among the worst in the league into a team that made the divisional round of the playoffs, all with a rookie quarterback in C.J. Stroud. A big offseason has increased expectations for the Texans and their fans. And if they can improve on the defense side of the ball, where they ranked 19 in EPA per play allowed in 2023, they can contend with the Chiefs in the AFC because Ryan's strength is on the defensive side of the ball. They are more than capable of doing just that. Ooh-wee. Can the Kansas City Chiefs finally be challenged by the Houston Texans? Let's go. All right. Let's go into my number 7. We got, Dan Campbell, the head coach of the Detroit Lions. He has coached 50 games, games won 24, games lost 26, playoff games 3, playoff wins 2, playoff loss 1 to our San Francisco 49ers. As a head coach, Campbell has gone from the guy everyone laughed at for the comments about biting kneecaps to the guy who has turned the Detroit Lion franchise into a legitimate Super Bowl contender. He alone, with offensive coordinator Ben Johnson, has helped Jeff Goff's career. The former number 1 overall pick enjoyed the highest graded season of his career with an 85.7 PFF grade last year. Campbell's next step is to getting the Lions to the Super Bowl. But you wouldn't bet against them doing that sooner rather than later. Could 2024 finally be the year of the Detroit Lions? We shall see. We shall see. All right, moving on to our next coach, Matt LaFleur, coach of the Green Bay Packers. Games coached 83, games won 56, games lost 27, playoff games 7, playoff wins 3, and playoff losses 4. If there was any doubt that LaFleur's success in Green Bay in his first 4 seasons with the Packers was simply down to Aaron Rodgers, that narrative was put to bed in 2023 with Jordan Love In his first season as a starting quarterback, the Packers were tied with Detroit Lions for fourth place in the NFL with 0.086 EPA per play and took down the Dallas Cowboys in the playoffs before pushing my San Francisco 49ers all the way. They had a chance to win that game, and man, did they push us. All right, let's move on to my number 5 guy, and that is Mike Tomlin, the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Games coached, 275. Games won, 173. Games lost, 100. Playoff games, 18. Playoff wins, 8. Playoff losses, 10. The Steelers haven't won a playoff game in TJ Watt's career, which isn't great considering that he's heading into his 8th season in the NFL. In 2024, that being said, if you look at what Tomlin has had at the quarterback position over the past 5 seasons, even getting to the playoffs is a huge accomplishment. The Steelers didn't have a quarterback earn a PFF passing grade above 70.0 in 2023. Kenny Pickett was the best of the bunch, and that's not saying much, at 68.8, with Russell Wilson and Justin Fields arriving this offseason. There's a big opportunity for the Steelers to finally make an impact in the playoffs once again. Can Russ cook once again? We shall see. We shall see. All right, going into coach number 4. That is Sean McVey, the head coach of the Los Angeles Rams. Games coached, 115. Games won, 70. Games lost, 45. Playoff games, 11. Playoff wins, 7. Playoff losses, 4. With a Super Bowl win. While the 2 Super Bowl appearances and 1 win are obviously the key highlights of McVay's time with the Rams, you can make the case that getting the Rams to the playoffs last season when they were tied for 24th worst odds to win the Super Bowl due to a roster that ultimately ranked 6th and 2nd in snaps by rookies on the offensive side and defense, respectfully was up there with his best achievements. There are more challenges upcoming for McVay as the Rams deal with the retirement of Aaron Donald this offseason. While Matthew Stafford is now 36 years old and likely nearing the end of his career, luckily, McVay has proven himself as a head coach at this point. If Matthew Stafford can stay healthy, we shall see how far the Rams can get. But Sean McVay is my number 4th top coach going into 2024. All right, moving on to my number 3. We got John Harbaugh, the head coach of the Baltimore Ravens. Games coached, 259. Games won, 160. Games lost, 99. Playoff games, 22. Playoff wins, 12. Playoff losses, 10. Before the Ravens drafted Lamar Jackson in the 2018, it looked like John Harbaugh could be on his way out as their head coach. The former Heisman Trophy winner helped turn things around. And Harbaugh has also improved as a coach in recent years. Harbaugh's strength has been his ability to make the right decisions. Coordinators, as the switch to Mike McDonald in 2022 led to a defense that allowed an average of minus 0.134 EPA per play in 2023. On offense, he switched from Gray Roman to Todd Munkin. If I pronounced that incorrectly, I apologize, which helped them bounce back to 8 in EPA per play in 2023. They have been the number one seed twice in the Mahomes and Reid era in Kansas City, but just haven't been able to make it count in the playoffs yet. Will 2024 be the year that they get past Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid? All right, going on to coach number 2. Who could coach number 2? Who can that pick be? Please make sure to leave comments for me. If you agree so far with the coaches that I've picked, let me know in the comments. If you disagree, let me know. If there's a coach that you will particularly swap, take one out, bring one in, or maybe you might change the order of my list, let me know in the comments. All right. Number 2, top head coach that I see is Kyle Shanahan, the head coach of the San Francisco 49ers. Games coach, 115. Games won, 64. Games lost, 51. Playoff games, 12. Playoff wins, 8. Playoff losses, 4. Now, keep in mind, the record are similar to Sean McVey, but when Sean McVey took over the Rams, that roster was good. When Kyle Shanahan took over the 49ers in 2017, he had to gut that roster a piece and build it from the floor up. Shanahan has yet to get over the hump, though, and win a Super Bowl. That is the issue. Despite holding leads and 1 as the Atlanta Falcons offensive coordinator and 2 as the San Francisco 49er head coach, but he is the main reason, don't get it twisted, he is the main reason why the Niners are favorite to come out of the NFC once again in 2024. They led the NFL in averaging 0.161 EPA per play in 2023. And while they ranked 12th on the defensive side of the ball, Shanahan was bold enough to make the change from Steve Wilks to Nick Sorensen at the defensive coordinator heading into this season. That good news for Sorensen's future career. Why? Prospects, as 3 of the Shanahan former coordinators are currently NFL head coaches. Let's see, with the change of the defensive coordinator, if we can get to this back to the Super Bowl and try to win it in 2024. All right, heading into numero uno. And a lot of us by now know who this coach is. It is no other than Andy Reid, the Kansas City Chiefs head coach. I'm a Niner fan. It hurts to say this, but the truth is the truth. Games coached, 403. Games won, 258. Games lost, 144. Playoff games, 42. Playoff wins, 26. Playoff losses, 16. Pairing Reid with Patrick Mahomes has been a cheat code. That has led the Kansas City Chiefs to 4 Super Bowl appearances and 3 Super Bowl wins. On offense, they have ranked inside the top 5 in EPA per play every season from 2018 to 2022, even predating Mahomes' arrival. They dropped to 12th last season, but with some significant improvements at the wide receiver position, expect them to get back inside the top 5 again in 2024. Those are my top 10 head coaches going into, give me a second, going into, sorry about that, going into 2024 season. Do you guys agree? Do you guys disagree? Please let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree with me. Let me know if you agree with number 10 through 1. What coaches will you change? What coaches would you swap out? Or what coach that I leave out that you might have thought, wait a minute, how did you leave this guy out? Let me know in the comments. I will reply to you. I appreciate each and every one of you for hanging out with me and listening to my top 10 coaches going into 2024. Until the next video, I want to say thank you for supporting the channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you will be notified every time I upload a video or go live. And hit that like as well. Have a wonderful day. Your boy, Niner Sickness, is out of here.